Hi, the Nagant revolver is an exceptional firearm in many ways. The user interface is exceptionally terrible. The trigger pull is heavy and makes the gun very difficult to shoot accurately for a normal person. The gun is slow to load and unload. The cartridge is relatively weak, and so on. For some reason, the Nagant was adopted by the Russian Imperial Army in 1895 and was used in great numbers in all wars of the 20th century. In the Soviet Union, it was also widely utilized to deliver neck shots to political prisoners, POWs, and other people. This, I think, is the only purpose for which the gun is well suited. The risk of an accidental discharge is small. In Russia, the Nagant was completely retired from official use only in 2009. Ian McCollum has an excellent video on the Nagant revolver at Forgotten Weapons channel. There is a link in the description text below. What really makes the gun exceptional is the proprietary 762x38 rimmed cartridge, in which the bullet sits entirely inside the case. The top of the bullet is approximately 1 millimeter below the mouth of the case, and the case mouth is crimped over the shoulder of the bullet. When the bullet leaves the cartridge, when the cartridge is fired, the bullet opens the crimp, after which the case looks more conventional. The amount of crimp and the exact nature of the crimp varies. This one is an authentic Soviet military cartridge from the Second World War. It has a similar flat-nose bullet inside the case, but the shape of the crimp is different and less elaborate. Factory-made ammunition for the Nagant revolver is available at least from Fiocchi and PPU. PPU is very expensive at 50 euros a box, and Fiocchi is much worse. It should be said that you can shoot 32 Smith & Wesson long ammunition from a Nagant. It is cheap and readily available. Some people will say that you should not do that. This recommendation is, I think, based on the generally healthy principle that you should only use ammunition for which your gun was designed. A 32 Smith & Wesson long cartridge has much less energy than a Nagant cartridge, while the bullet diameter is the same. The chamber of the gun is a bit too wide for the 32 case, which tends to lead to some bulging. But other than that, I haven't noticed any warning signs. That said, it is of course better to use proper ammunition. If you are not ready to pay your ass off, handloading is your option. As with the other calibers that we have loaded so far, you can buy a box of factory ammunition and then use the spent cases for reloading. The cartridge looks frightening, but it is not particularly difficult to load. Remember that we are talking about a revolver cartridge that headspaces on the rim. There are not too many things that can go wrong, such as chambering issues feeding issues, cycling issues, or ejection issues. As long as the gun doesn't explode, things will be more or less fine. What you need are the dies. I have a 3-die set made by Lee. It is very much like the 765 Parabellum set that we used earlier, consisting of a resizing/depriming die, an expander die, and a seating/crimping die, and also a shell holder, which is number 6. If you use a Dillon press, as I do, it is a bit more complicated. Dillon doesn't offer a conversion kit for this caliber, but I was kindly told by Dillon customer service that I can use O shell plate, which is designed for 32-20 Winchester cartridge, and locator buttons number 3, the same that we use for 9mm Parabellum. I won't be using the Lee expander because we can use the Dillon 30 caliber charging funnel, which we also used with the 763 Mauser and the 762 Tokarev.